Hey guys, welcome back to Balancing Divine Feminine Energy Frequency with your gal, Aria Jade. Just wanted to take a few minutes at first to ask you to come in, and you'll have to forgive me. I've got to make this video today or we would have better lighting, better sound, better everything. Hope this thing is doing sound this time. But let's just come in with your breath. Breathe with me. I don't know that you can hear the tuning fork. Probably not. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4 and holding, and then out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you would, just alternate nostril breathing in through the left side for 4 and hold, and pretend that you are moving it over to the opposite nostril. Blow it out for 4. Hold. Back in. Moving it over. Blowing it out. And what this is doing is balancing both sides. Right side masculine sun, left side feminine moon, right? Balancing those two. Calming down your thoughts and balancing those. Beyond that, what I need to talk about and what I've got to talk about today is the false information that is going out. So I'm a physical science teacher. I also own a metaphysical community, own a metaphysical store in Rainbow City, Alabama, and manage a metaphysical community of sorts. With that being said, I have studied the path of the Kabbalah for a decade now, at least. I started out as a Christian and, did the whole backsliding thing, promised God my everything if I could live my life in sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know the story. You've lived it too, especially if you're a Southerner. But coming up through all of that, realized there was more, could actually make things happen with my words. I knew words changed things. I knew there was more to it than what we were being taught in the religious community. I knew that spirituality was huge and religion was small. And I think everybody is beginning to feel that, is beginning to feel how fake it is to dress up and play church on Sunday and then live like a monster the rest of the week. Well, what we have right now is a community of people who claim to be Christian, and they're saying that all of this stuff, this information, this light that is being brought to the surface is Satanist and Luciferian. You can blame all of this on whatever you want to blame it on. But when it comes down to it, it is the fact of the matter that people themselves are evil over power and money. It doesn't have a freaking thing to do with the devil or Lucifer or Satan, and make sure you know what that even is before you start talking about it. Lucifer means light bearer. It is the morning star. It's basically Venus, okay? It's, if you dig through there, Isaiah was poetically talking about Venus being the morning star, the fallen star, and anyway, you can go back through. He wasn't talking about a devil falling, an angel falling from power. And Satan means adversary. Satan is the dark side of the energy. People themselves have given it, the energy itself, a characterization of sorts, have made it into a cartoon almost, have given it a character. We need that in the 3D understanding of reality. When we start talking about energies are beyond physicality. They don't need to be male or female. That's how you know the level of what the person is talking when they're talking about God and Jesus. Jesus came, yes, in human form, and he took the form of a man while he was here on the earth, on the 3D realm, right? We all know that 4D, 5D, 6D, all these other realms of consciousness, all these other dimensionalities are very high frequencies. They're way above us, thank God. And that's where we are going. That's where what we are changing into. We have been bridging up in a 4D world since 2000 because we were changing timelines. But we've been bridging up into a higher frequency, moving into the 5D world, which is very much less physical. All of this has been made possible through AI, through computers, through the advancements in technology. We're moving through our minds from the slow chaos and into a higher frequency. All of that being said, we got to know what these things are before we start talking about them. And then these people are saying these rituals and these things. All of this is fear, and it's to feed more fear. We can't handle or take care of the things that are happening in this world around. Let me go back. Okay. So, chaos energy is everywhere, and it's going to be going up. It's going to be ramping up. It's not going to slow down. But the best thing about that is we know how to ground. We know how to control our own environments now. We know how to stabilize our own focus. And as long as we can do that, we can harness chaos energy. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a book called Chaos Magick that was right here. And I was going to show you guys. Oh well. Not right here anymore, but chaos magic. You can harness the chaos and Jesus and grab a hold of that energy to direct it in the way that you need it to go. So they're all angry and fearful, right? That's chaotic, that's unstructured. You disassimilate that energy by being the grounded one, by being the stable one, by not reacting, but by pulling back, creating space between steady, grounded, stable energy and the frantic energy that is drinking 9 coffees and a Red Bull and a 5-hour power and taking amphetamines, and you've seen them, you know, they're clicking their teeth, they're swaying, you'll see them swaying, you'll see they can't drive. They drive like a drunk person. Their mind is here and there and everywhere. So they're going over the yellow line and then the white line, or they're going all the way over into the other traffic. You will, especially for those who feel energy and feel anxiety and feel nervousness, you'll feel it as soon as you get around them. But as soon as you feel it, get your bubble, your GCP, Ground Cleanse Protect, right? Remember your bubble. Remember your energy is yours and their energy is theirs. Remember that the sun does not rotate around storms. The sun just sits back and watches the storm. The storm will go up and come down and go all over the place, but the sun's just going to sit there and radiate. That's what we have to do. That's what we are doing. Just sitting back and radiating our power, waiting for that little storm to calm down so that that person realizes, oh my God, I've let my emotions take over again. Here I am in disarray. Help me, help me, help me. We are the anchors. We are the ones who signed up to come here to stabilize all of this while the crap is hitting the fan. So don't get caught up in the crap hitting the fan, because that's easy to do. That's been a lesson that I've been learning here lately, is how to stay out of the chaos even when it's presented to you. Your words are the first thing you've got to learn. We've got to learn to shut our mouths, because when we engage in the logos, when we engage in the dialogue of their problems, even if we're trying to help, they'll turn 360 backlash, pop you with it, and you'll become part of the fucking problem instead of the answer that you were trying to be, right? So realize your spot, ground, radiate that love and that light, but hold your space and don't let them contaminate it, because they don't mean to, but that's what they're doing, okay? All right, so breathe, calm, command the electrons to assemble around your calm instead of their chaos. Very important right now. All right, for those of you old enough to remember Tetris, okay, it's like you're watching the little forms come down, and you've got to change it into the form that it needs to stack into the next layer. So it's your energy that's changing the form. It's them that are bringing the forms to us. I can still hear the little dun, 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 dun as these little cubes drop. But we've got to help shape them, right? We're fluid, we're feminine, we're the divine feminine energy that's here to help these things land in a better space as they deconstruct and come apart. Okay? So everything out there, the energy is adding to it, the solar flares, the heat, the bubbling up of all of the crap that's really happening that we never knew about. Forcing all this stuff to be free. You're the fire horse, right? Galloping off while we very calmly sit back and radiate power, love, light, and structure. And that's not easy. Whew, that can be a lot. So everything assembles into form through sacred geometry. You call it into shape. If you don't know about this, look up cymatics, cymatics, cymatics. Your words are what's going to put these things where they belong in your life. And manifestation is happening in case you've not realized it, faster and faster and faster and faster. So call things that you want into your life, expect them to happen, and be careful with what you are calling in. Organize your money, organize your health, organize your peace of mind, organize your well-being, structure your home, structure yourself. Make sure that you can calm and stay calm no matter who or what is coming at you, because who knows what's going to be next at this point. So it's the vibrational command of your thought, number one, then your words that brings form, and then your continued focus holds that thought, word, form in place long enough for crystallization to happen. Sometimes this takes days, sometimes this takes weeks, sometimes this takes years. I was looking back at my Project 369 book and started writing down the manifestation of my house. I had the idea of the house back before, started working on my credit, started doing all the legwork in 2020, getting all of everything written so I'd have the right score, putting my money up, doing everything so that the reality of the house could take place. But then I started building it in my mind. What did I want it to look like? It was going to be on a hill. I just knew that. And then I wanted the open floor plan with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, because we got a lot of kids. And I wanted a pool, and I love fireplaces. I wanted an indoor-outdoor space because I love being outside. And so I started writing that down in August. We bought our house. We got our house in June of the next year. So that was, like I said, I started with the money part in 2020, but I didn't actually get the house until 2023. So sometimes these things, according to how big and what you're expecting, will take a minute. But just know that they will come to pass, and they will be of what you created, right? So watch what you're taking in. Make sure that you understand the words that you're listening to and taking on as truth. There's a lot of fear tactics going on and then there always have been, but it's just really beginning to piss me off how they're saying, oh, this is Luciferian. How do you know? And what does that mean? Oh, this is Satanic. You're giving an awful lot of credit to an energy called Lucifer and Satan. Really, you're dodging the bullet. This is evil humanity. It ain't got shit to do with Lucifer or Satan or the lack of God, most definitely. But this is just evil people is what this is. And battling to feel special, to have lots of money, to have lots of power, and they didn't have to follow the system. Let's not give it credit when something else needs to be taking blame, taking responsibility, and being smacked down for just being evil and being wrong. So all of evil isn't some floating force that jumps into people. When people refer to these acts as Satanism or Luciferianism, it's simplifying something that's horrifying. It avoids facing how ordinary humans can do so much harm. And the truth is, is some ordinary humans, for the sake of money and power, are horrible. But on the same idea plane, there are much more of us that are not horrible. There are more of us now that are coming together. Thank God for this little thing called the internet, because we're joining forces and we're making that coherent wave of love and light that it's going to take to bring forth this it's not Kali Yuga. We're leaving the Kali Yuga. This Satya Yuga golden age. It's here. And these are the beginnings of it. And we're grouping together. We're weaving our web as the people of love and light and magic, and knowing how to use our power, knowing how to make energy move in the ways that we want it and need it to move, so that it takes care of us. We are remembering ways to save money so that they don't get all of it. It's just like today. My husband is painting the roof with limestone. We have all been putting black shingles on our houses because it's so pretty. It looks so nice. And then we've been putting spray foam underneath, and then we've been putting another layer of that cellulose stuff of insulation. Why have we not been painting our roofs with a white, or putting white on there so that it reflects the light to begin with, so that these power bills are not $400, $500, $600 a month? You would think that we would. You can go on there and watch the videos where they shoot the little thermometer thing, and the roof is like 30 to 60 degrees lower. If we don't spend that money, then it stays in our bank account. Always more in than out, flowing in and staying in our bank account. Of this I have no doubt. That's what you should be saying every day as a part of your, what are they called that you should be doing? Yeah, those. But anyway, I say a lot of things to confirm to myself what I want to be true. The fact of the matter is, money's going to flow in, money's going to flow out. But I need a substantial amount to stay in my bank account. Otherwise, I'm going backwards. And it's not doing a bit of freaking good to go to work except to just maintain. You can't go to work just to maintain. We all need to be paying off the car, paying off the mortgage, paying off the bills, not just staying in that flux state, right? So we are harnessing chaos energy first and foremost for our health, to be healthy. So getting your mind straight, then your body. You should be doing yoga, drinking your water, drinking your green smoothies, eating your light. And if you've not been watching Dr. Jack Cruz, get on there and watch him. He says that if we get enough direct sunlight, we don't need as much food. Makes sense. We're eating this food, trying to get this light inside our bodies, and most of the food doesn't even have light in it anymore. Because if you're not eating your fruits and vegetables and grass-fed cows and all the other, then it's so filtered so far down that radiation is never, those electrons aren't making it to you. So we are sentient light beings. We feed off of electrons, and we can get these electrons outside in the sun and ground. Take your shoes off. Make sure to take your shirt off and get some sun on your back. That's where all of your nerves are flowing up your backbone into the base of your head here, into your brain. So to be healthy, you've got to have plenty of sunlight, right? Anywho, keep yourself healthy from the inside out, and don't feed on the cruelty of what's in the news and the media and the fear tactics. There's not a lot that we can do about all of those things, and it's just going to step up even more. Where'd it go? There it is. So you've probably been following Dr. Stephen Greer as well, along with the whole ET disclosure stuff, because that is very well on its way. I was trying to do a whole video on that yesterday and it kept collapsing. But we have got to move into what's called a class 1, I think it's class 1 society, a class 1 planet, to where we become interplanetary, because it's that time. We've got to realize that. But these people are going to be, or even these ETs, when we get to that spot, are going to be just as evil as our imaginations can conceptualize. So with the Lucifer, Satan, baby eating, sacrificing, who knows what the truth is, it'll go as far as your mind will let it go. As far as the good, bad ETs that are about to start surfacing everywhere, it will go just as far as your mind will let it go, as far as your imagination will take it. So if you live in a world of fear, if you live in a world of retaliation, if you conceptualize a polarized world of us against them, that's the reality you're about to start or you already are manifesting. If you live in a world of peace and harmony and eternity, that's the world that you manifest around you. Ever what it is that you believe and you feel and you radiate, that is what you magnetize into the space of your awareness, and that is what you project, and that is what you create. So if you are wanting to harness this chaos energy, where did that stupid book go? Start meditating if you haven't. Breath, bringing the body and the spirit together. In case you haven't seen this lately, if I can even get it on there. We are Isa, the rune, the spiritual bridge from spirit to life. If you're a woman, you put flesh on a spirit. That's what we do as human vessels. It's nothing short of truly magical and amazing. And you are magical and amazing just exactly the way you are. There is therefore no condemnation. I think that's Romans 10:1. The Bible is your first book of magic if you know how to use it. People are outgrowing religion. Our consciousness has made it to the point to where we realize being religious is bullshit. Being religious is being polarized, is being a Christ against a devil that the church created. Look it up if you don't believe me. Plato created the devil for Christianity. Anyway, another video for another day. Love to you. Peace and harmony. Come back for more.